Hey YouTubers, this is Jacques from Jacques Photography. Today I'm going to talk to you about two lenses that Fuji has just asked me to send back, and I am sad. Hey YouTubers, Jacques from Jacques Photography. I won't keep you too long, but I just want to talk about these two lenses and how they've changed my life. And I'm not joking, have changed my life. It's the 90mm f2 and the 80mm f2.8 macro by Fuji. Now, a lot of people have been asking me which one is better than the other, which one would you buy for portraits? Now, first of all, I will go so far as to say that the 90mm f2 is hands down, in terms of sharpness, contrast, and quality, the best Fujinon lens in the X series. By far. I truly believe there's something about just the desirability of the image that is unbelievable. Now, after saying that, I will say that the 80mm is, in terms of quality, really does kick ass. Now, what this has over the 90mm is that it has image stabilization because it's a macro lens, and it also has macro capability. So when do you buy the 90mm? When do you buy the 80mm? Well, it's quite simple. If ever you have a macro workflow that is extremely important, obviously you have to get the 80mm. Macro lenses always serve the double purpose of being able to do portraits. However, the only thing I want to say that if you need to do portraits, you might be better off getting the 90mm, which is the equivalent of a 135mm lens. This f2 is insane, and it's insanely better in terms of bokeh and the actual quality of the shot and how sharp it is when it comes to portraits. If your portrait workflow is quite extreme, go for the 90. If you really see yourself doing a lot of macro, get the 80mm. What do you do if you have a bit of macro to do and you have a 90mm portrait and you need to do some macro? I would tell you, get the 90mm for portraits. I'm telling you, this thing just kicks ass. And go rent out a macro lens at any camera store where you live. Just rent it out for the time you need it, because most people who do portraits and other stuff like that really don't need the macro all the time. It's this 80mm is a lot of money to be having that thing sitting in your bag just for macros when you need it. Anyone who's dealing with a macro heavy workflow, go get the 80mm f2.8 and you will not regret it. And you can also use it for portraits. Now, I'm not saying you can't, but it's just the added amount of sharpness, contrast, micro contrast, and total absence of any sort of CAs on the 90mm. You are gonna freak out and you're gonna love it. So I also have a video down below. I'll leave a link, you guys. I got a video on the 90mm and why I believe it's just the best lens by Fujinon. I'll leave a link to that. Check it out. If you have any comments on what I just said, please leave them below. I want to hear what you got to say, your experiences with the 90 or your experiences with the 80mm. You guys, thank you for watching. Comment, link, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.